Well, hi, everybody, and welcome in to the Brownwood Lions Coaches Show. It is a Wednesday, May 18th, 2022, joined here by Brownwood Lions head football coach and athletic director Sammy Burnett. Got a twinkle in your eye. Coach, what's up with that?
That's allergies and the eyes watering from the wind that's been blowing for the last couple of months, but I'm good.
It has been bad, hasn't it?
No, every time I hear that introduction and that fight song, it just makes me feel good.
I know it does. I just love that. I love watching the video. We've been using it now nearly 2 years, but still gives me goosebumps.
There's not a better introduction than that right there. It's really neat.
Yeah, well, we paid millions of dollars for that introduction. It better be good.
I bet, because I didn't get any of it.
Well, speaking of that, up there 7-on-7, them little flying little buggies were everywhere, too.
Boy, were they. Now, you talk about getting in your eyes and making your eyes water, and I got one stuck in my eye and couldn't get out. Those things were everywhere. They're not there during the heat of the day when it's 102 degrees during fifth period when they're out there running around. They're not there, but when the evening, when the sun starts setting a little bit, and I don't know what riles them up. I guess the thousands of fans that are there watching 7-on-7, which is weird to me. We were talking about that this Monday, how many people were there just to watch 7-on-7.
Oh,
but
crazy.
Those bugs were everywhere. Matter of fact, my eyes were watering a little bit thinking about it.
Oh, no doubt. And I sit down on the grass over by Derek for a while, and that was a mistake.
Yeah.
I had them little grass mites all up and down the shorts.
I don't know what those things were, man. They're everywhere.
Somebody said they were grass mites.
Wow, that's what I need, some mites.
But they were everywhere. But, hey, there was a good crowd out there. People hungry for a little football, 7-on-7. You guys went 2-1.
Yeah, you look around, and we had 3 fields going, 4 fields going. There were people everywhere.
Yeah.
We did go, what did we go, 2-1? Yeah, we did not do too well against Early's quarterback.
Oh, man.
Did a great job. I mean, he's a good player. He's a coach's son, and he's a good kid, and he's a good leader. They went out and threw the ball around, and we didn't get discipline with our eyes, and we're watching him throw the ball to the guy we're supposed to be covering, so they knocked us off, which is good. It's always good to learn. You don't do what your coaches tell you to do, you're not going to have success. So we talked about that after that first game, and then played the next 2 games against Comanche and Dublin, and did really well because we got a little bit more discipline, and we did what our coaches asked us to do. So I love, the one thing I do like about 7-on-7, it's a great equalizer. I mean, you're still putting 7 kids out there, you're throwing and catching and all that kind of stuff. So every game is usually very competitive.
Right.
And it doesn't matter what classification you're in, you're going to put 7 out there, and you're going to get out there and you're going to go. So, all the coaches that are coming over, Hamilton and Dublin and Comanche and Early and ourselves, I appreciate that happening. That league's important to us because it gives us opportunity to get reps, especially with our younger kids when we have a freshman team and a JV team that are playing games and they're getting reps. I think that's important, and for them to come over and commit to doing that, I think we all benefit from it. I really do. All of them are great coaches. They're a great group of guys. They run their programs right, and so it's a joy to be around them. So I enjoy that time. I enjoy the time we get to visit. We don't do a bunch of visiting because we're sort of intense in what we're watching and seeing too, and we're evaluating our kids as we go. So but it's a great time, and I love seeing all the people out there on Monday. But, we got a couple more times of doing that, I guess, and then we're done with that. We'll kick off our state qualifying quest this Saturday in Ponder. So we've got a pretty good drive to Ponder, Texas, and got a pretty good pool, and see what happens.
We'll talk about that in a moment, but the league play here at the high school will continue for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, we'll finish. What is the last week in May will be Monday, maybe our last Monday in May, so that will be our last one.
All right. It is fun to go up there and watch, bring your lawn chair.
There's a lot of good people out there.
Oh, I saw some of my cousins from Hamilton up there.
Oh, there you go.
Absolutely. They brought their younger kids and older kids too, but Dublin and as you said, John Elder from Coleman was there and got to visit with him.
What's your cousin's name? Because I have cousins in Hamilton too.
Nolan's.
Oh,
do you?
Thought we were kin for a second, Carl.
Boy, that put the scare in you, didn't it? Cousin Sammy,
yeah,
coming over for dinner.
Yeah, my cousins' names are the Redfords.
Oh, okay, Redfords.
And what's yours?
Nolan's with an E. Lots of them over there.
Like Nolan's Ryan?
Now kids and grandkids and great-grandkids. Nolan who?
Nolan's Ryan?
Close. All right. So
Sorry, back on track. I apologize.
Anyway, come out to the high school, Monday. It's fun. Bring
yeah,
a
it is.
Chair.
It is.
If you fight off the grass mites, other than that, everything is
bring
great.
you some spray. I don't know if they sell grass mite spray, but
Yeah.
If they do, bring some to me.
All right. Not going to be quite as warm Monday, so maybe they won't be coming out.
Yeah, what's that all about, Randy Turner?
I know, and maybe some rain.
This weekend's supposed to get a little bit cooler.
I like it. I like it a lot. Let's talk a little about the state qualifying tournament Saturday, 7-on-7. So what's at stake here for the Brownwood Lions?
Nothing.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to know the truth, what's at stake? Nothing. We're going to go out there and try to get better. Opportunity to qualify for the state tournament, I guess, is at stake, but I don't look at it that way. I look at it as an opportunity for our kids to learn themselves and to learn each other and to learn the system and play. Other than that, I don't. You know me, I don't like it, but we're going to be there.
And a lot of coaches don't.
Yeah, I was talking to Coach Escobar at Comanche, and he just said, "Man, I hate 7-on-7." I'm like, "Here we go. We started now. We all started chiming in. And it's just one of those curses. You danged if you do, danged if you don't."
And the thing is, for those who may not realize, you guys actually don't coach the 7-on-7. Brad
No.
Bouton is kind of head of our
Brad
7-on-7, but you're out there and you're watching and you can give advice.
Yeah, Brad Jeton and Mark Besson are heading that up. You know, Mark did it last year for us, and Brad has done it in the past for us. Brad jumped back on board this year with Mark, so they're heading that up. And we talk to them after the game, and what we talk about mostly is execution things and mentality things, you know, how to carry yourself, you know, that kind of stuff, the ups and downs, and just coach them on that. We don't have time to coach them on this is what we're doing, this is what they're doing. You're already off to the next game. The way that 7-on-7 is done now, you don't get a break. You start the game. Once that half ends, you start the second half immediately. There's no coaching time in between. It's here we go and off to go. So, you know, what does it do? It allows your kids to think on their own. They're going to have to come up with plays and communicate with each other on what they see and what they're doing, how they can get open. We have an opportunity to do this if we want to. It helps your quarterbacks, plural, develop, a playbook for themselves and what they like, what they think's a go-to, what's good on third down, what they trust. And I use that bank to I get that information from them later, and I put that down. So as we go into the course of the game, I know what kids like. I know what play this kid likes or that kid likes or whatnot. So that's always good. Defensively, it's a constant communication. Yeah. You got to do it on the fly. So it does build communication. It can do it two ways. It can do it positively or negatively. It can turn into a gripe session, which that's when we come in as coaches. But we haven't done that in a while, and I'm pretty pleased with that. So there's some good things that come out of it, but there's really not anything at stake. I tell people, the big thing is I don't know how many years it's been that Brownwood's been to the state qualifier, and we may go again, we may not. But you know what? I remember beating a team in the last game tournament of the season to go to the state qualifier, and they didn't get to go, but they went on and won a state championship. Yeah. So that really means more to me than going to play at Bryan on Saturday. So is there anything at stake? No. We're just going to go get better.
Yeah, for future reference, mark that question off the list, okay?
What? What's at stake? What?
We'll go through your schedule Saturday, and these games are going to be at Justin Northwest.
They are. They're going to be at Justin Northwest. Our pool is Pool B. That'll be Brownwood, Burke, Burnett, Graham, and Sanger. Mm-hmm. Graham's going to be really good. They got a good class. We played them last year. They were really good. They do a good job at 7-on-7. They run some of those dumb 7-on-7 plays. Yeah. Don't know much about Sanger. They're been good in the past. Burke, Burnett will be okay. Pool A, if we advance from our pool, will be Breckenridge, Crum, Glen Rose, or Bridgeport. Bridgeport's going to be good. Glen Rose is going to be really good. The quarterback's solid. Does a great job. They got great receivers on it, but the one that scares you is Breckenridge. It doesn't matter how good they are. They run 7-on-7 plays. And you'd think 90% of the time their formation is illegal, but I don't think half the officials know the rules on that, so they do it, and it's really frustrating. So if we wind up playing Breckenridge, I'll probably go home, or I may get in a fight with somebody. I mean, it is frustrating watching them run that offense, and I want to chew on coaches and all that. But, if we played them really and they ran that offense, our nose guard would probably get 4 or 5 interceptions a game. So
wow. I
get really frustrated with that. But that's that pool. We play, our first game will be at Graham, which will be a big one. I think that'll set the tone for that pool. Mm-hmm. That's at 8:45. Then we'll play Sanger at 10:15, and then we'll play Burke Burnett at 11:45. And then if we advance from that pool, it'll be somewhere after that around mid-noon.
All right. So
is there such thing as mid-noon?
Mid-noon. That's a new word from Sammy Burnett.
That's 12:30.
Mid-noon. So who are some of the players we're going to be watching for this Saturday?
On our team?
Yeah.
That will be, of course, one that's on the hot seat, not really on the hot seat's growing every time I see him throw the ball during our athletic periods when we're working on football kind of things. Ike Hall's doing a good job. He's learning the offense, understanding the offense, is becoming quicker on his reads. Starting to throw people open instead of waiting until they come open. I think us moving Jason Jackson to the slot instead of the wideout this year is going to be a big benefit for us. He's dynamic. I think if you see him, once he touches the ball, he can do great things. You look on the other side, and Braden Dobbs is going to play a X-Force, a wideout on the left side. Very explosive, can take the top off plays, so you're always going to have to worry about a vertical threat with him or a post route with him, which is huge. It'll soften up the back end. Same thing with Jason Jackson on that side. They're going to fear the deep ball, so it's going to open up windows underneath in those zone coverages. And, man, we're just going to play chase.
You know, Braden Dobbs is a lot faster than what I thought.
No, Braden Dobbs can run.
Yeah,
he runs very well.
And, you know, I saw Jay Jaton was out there a little bit. He's kind of bulked up a little bit.
Yeah, they all kind of bulked up a little bit.
So, yeah, man, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I mean, you look over on the other side, Jordan Leach is a guy that we put in the slot. Probably has the best hands of anybody in our program. Yep, he's going to work at that slot along with Case Markham. And Case can play anywhere. Case knows our offense inside and out. He can play quarterback. He can play running back. He can play in position. He's really knowledgeable of the offense. He's played those positions in the past. And then on the outside at that tight end, unattached tight end, you got Case, you got Jake Jaton. Who am I forgetting? You got Thad Hines, you got Jackson Yoder, you got all kinds of kids. I could go on the defensive side and talk about guys we had mentioned that could turn over and play on the offensive side. Same thing with those guys. Defensively, our linebacking core is going to be really good. For the first time in a while. Not knocking anybody in the past. It means we just have some guys right now that really thump heads with you. They're smart and they're going to play physical. And Jalen Brown and Chance Jones and Sam Coleman is a headhunter now. I'm really excited about. I've been baiting him all off season about he's soft and how he won't hit anybody. So I got his juices full enough. I think that first scrimmage, whoever runs that ball first, if he gets a clean shot on, may be the end of it because he's going to bring the wood. I can
I'm ready
promise.
to watch him for sure.
Yeah. So we're running a little bit different defense this year. It's going to allow us to have a nickel in the middle of the field that's going to be big on run support. That's a Jake Jaton kind of guy. That's a Hayden Dean kind of guy. That's a Dryden Anderson kind of guy. So we got a lot of options. The one thing we do have is friendly competition, and our kids know if they don't do the work and learn the plays, there's no more opportunity to step on the field. They're going to have to take ownership and accountability and their knowledge and their physicality and go earn spots, and we haven't had that in a while, and it's nice to have. But that friendly competition is there. The leadership from our kids are there. The family part of it, they've worked hard. They're going to continue to work hard through the summer. So I'm excited just to go out and watch them. I really enjoy that. Some lineman challenges coming up in the summer are going to be fun for our kids as well. So all in all, it's really good right now.
As we talked about, this team's a little bit deeper going into the fall.
Yeah, we're going to have depth. We'll have 40-something kids on the varsity roster, which will be the first time that we've done that without having to move kids up to get to that number. We'll have kids that play great roles in our special teams. There'll be special team specialists, and that's huge, man. To have kids that take ownership in that and win the special teams game is big. So all in all, the work that the kids have put in and the coaches have put in over the offseason, I think we're going to we'll see benefits come by the time we get to district and we get to rolling. You may see it sooner. We don't know, but we'll find our identity quickly in those first two scrimmages against Decatur and Lampasas and what kind of team we're going to be, and we'll grow and move on from there.
All right. It'll be here before we know it. All right, Coach, 7-on-7 this weekend. Anything else happening sports-wise?
Yeah, I just want to mention we have physicals going on at the high school on Friday for all of our incoming sixth graders, our incoming freshmen, and our incoming juniors. Juniors going to be seniors. Juniors, that'll be 7th, 9th, and 11th. don't really have to get that out there. I want parents to know that's going on, but it's going to be happening during the school day, so their kids are to be at school. But possibility of having to pick your kid up later in the afternoon at the high school. So there will be held in the gym. Camera takes care of all that. We have a lot of doctors in the community that jump in, and they come in there and they get in the gym, and everybody has a section that they have their thing to fill out on that physical, and they run our kids through there, and there's not a charge. And it's just a blessing to be able to have that done. So we try to get that all knocked out in one day. That'll be Friday again, the 20th. At 1:30, we'll do 9th and 11th grade girls. At 2:15, we'll do 11th grade boys and 7th grade girls and boys. And then at 3 o'clock, we'll start our 9th grade boys. So that'll be incoming 7th graders, incoming freshmen, and incoming juniors, because the physical lasts 2 years.
At Warren Gym.
That is correct.
Good stuff right there. And the off season, we talked about that. Off season program continues to go good. And man, you got summer camps coming up.
Yep.
You have a camp next week.
Yes, I'm glad I was going to bring that up. I forgot. We do have our camp. Our football camp will be at Brownwood Stadium on May the 31st through June the 2nd. You can go to the athletic office and get a form from Lisa Hasso and get that thing filled out. There's 3 sections for the age group of kids. The biggest goal for me is to get kids out and get them active and to get them to love football, to love sports. I want them to go to all camps. I want them to learn to love sports. So we try to have an element of let's have fun.
Yeah.
Let's teach those little ones how to pay attention. Let's teach them how to focus on when someone's talking, and let's teach them a skill that they can take with them that they can grow and develop on for their future. Whether it's to catch a ball or to throw a ball or just to smile and have fun and learn to run and do what a coach tells you to do. I really enjoy that time with the little ones. A lot of times you spend more time asking questions than you do much activity, so you got to learn to limit. You don't ask the young ones questions, you ask the old ones questions. But we have a good time as that thing progresses through the day. We start with our little ones, and then we get up to our big ones. Excuse me. When we get to the bigger ones, we work on some skill stuff, but all in all, it's a great camp. And for me, I want kids to develop a love for the game, so when they get older, they'll want to play it, and show them that there's no fear in playing. So
there you go. All right, so get those forms and get those kids. The basketball camp is the same week. The girls' basketball camp, the same 3 days, so keep that in mind, too. May 31st, 1st, and 2nd.
Drop all you kids off for 3 days and go on a vacation. Just drop them off and enjoy your day.
All right. NASCAR Sunday night, the All-Star Race at 7 o'clock at Texas Motor Speedway. You're going to be there. Who wins?
That'll be Kyle Busch, and I am going to be there.
All right, Chase Elliott here. Star?
When's the last time Kyle Busch won?
I'm going to tell you my worst Kyle Busch story. I go to Texas Motor Speedway. I get to go once a year because football overlaps. I don't get to watch it, so I go in April or May when they have it. Mm-hmm. And on the first lap of the race that I went to a couple years ago, someone hit Kyle Busch. It knocked him in the wall, and he was out the rest of the race. I mean, he was in the race. He was like 4 laps down, so it was miserable. First turn that I was in. I was at the turn when he hit it. I'm like, oh, here we go. So that's not going to happen, but he'll win. He's just grown. If they have practice and he gets to dial that car in, he's going to be deadly. Kyle Larson is good. I like him. And I like Chase Elliott, so I'll root for all 3 of them. Right. And you know what? I don't know why I'm saying this, but I've learned to like the guy, Joey Logano. I do like.
No. All right.
When I used to hate him. Go back to episode 200 of the Coaches Show, and if we're talking about NASCAR,
200.
I probably was talking bad about Joey Logano.
I think that was back
Joey Logano gives a lot.
2020.
He gives a lot back to community and to charity, so I really learned to like him.
We don't read a lot about what the guys do but a bunch of these guys do that. Give back.
NASCAR is big in giving back.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt.
And they're big in the military too, which is important for me. I got one in the military. Kyle Busch is rowdy. He has rowdy energy drink or whatever, but he's supposed to be the bad boy of NASCAR. He's the WWE bad boy, Right. But he's actually a good dude, and he actually is a big-time family man. He's actually big to give back and has several foundations, so they're all good people.
I want to read more about these guys instead of some
there's some really good stuff. Yep.
All right, man, great show today, Coach. We might see you Saturday out at Justin Northwest. Ponder's hosting the 7-on-7.
Is he going?
But it's at Justin Northwest.
You won't see me, but I'll see Stuckley, I guarantee you. We'll have our lawn chair Stuckley will sit by me and have to listen to me vent a little bit usually.
Take the bud spray.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I don't know. I'm thinking about going.
Remember, that's at Justin Northwest, not at Ponder. Ponder's hosting at Justin Northwest.
I told Derek if I could ride with him, I'd buy him a whatchamacallit. And promise I won't keep it in my car and let it melt down to a milkshake this time.
Nice.
You haven't seen, you need to check Facebook.
Okay.
Derek's Facebook is floppy whatchamacallit there. Melted.
We better thank those that
I'm
make
telling
this so
you, well,
possible
look-
before it gets crazy around
Those
here.
are good, by the way.
What, our sponsors?
The
Or,
whatchamacallits.
oh, they are. Both of them are good.
Yes.
How about Auto Glass Magic, Brunner Auto Group, Syntex Body and Paint, Syntex Equipment Sales, Citizens National Bank, Dan Hill Containers, Dr. Bon Young, Dr. Pepper Bonding Company, Edward Jones Investments, Hendrick Medical, Howie Enterprises, Humphrey Peets, Landmark Life, MC Bank, Painter Johnson Associates, Smith & Sharp Agency, Sonic Drive-In, Stanley Chrysler, Texas Bank, The Real Talk with Chad Valdez Podcast, Weldon Wilson Electric, Western Bank, and Willie's Teas.
Coach, thank you as always, and we'll see you soon.
Yes, sir. Have a great day, Brownwood.
Brownwood Lions head football coach, athletic director Sammy Burnett on the Coaches Show every Monday and Wednesday at this time here on KOXE 1013, your mobile app, KOXE KBWB Facebook page, and KOXE.com.